Now that you know how to find opportunities and you know how to use the techniques you should use to get started, it's time to learn one of the most important parts of real estate investing: how to actually analyze the condition of a property. Because if you cannot evaluate condition, you cannot evaluate value. If you've taken my course, you should know what neighborhoods to start looking in. So you should already know where the opportunities are. Once you start receiving calls from sellers and once you ask them the questions that I have given you in the course, you're going to either see the property in person or have the sellers send you pictures of the property so you can lay eyes on the property and actually see what it looks like. You want to see if it matches what the seller told you over the phone. If you're bird dogging, you're going to go with your partner or either an experienced investor that you're learning from. And remember, learning from someone who is already doing this in your local area is the fastest and best way to learn. If you choose to go at it alone, you'll still learn, but it'll take some time. Once you get to the property, the number one thing you should focus on is what is the condition of this property. You should already have some idea of its condition from speaking to the seller over the phone, but now you're confirming whether it matches what the seller told you over the phone. Even if you don't know how to estimate repair costs, you should know if a house looks like a dump or not. A simple rule of thumb that I use is, would I live in this house? If the answer is no, the renovation or remodeling costs will be higher. Therefore, it'll take more time to sell it. When you're looking for houses to wholesale, a good rule of thumb is to look for houses that need the least amount of work for a cheap price. The more work it needs, the more risky it is, the more time it will take, and the more room for something to go wrong. If you're unsure about what needs to be repaired, send pictures to an experienced investor. They can tell you what needs to be done and give you a rough idea of what the cost may be. And if you can get them out to the property to see it in person, even better. They may not want to buy it, but you can learn a ton from them if you can get them there to see what they see. Another option is to bring out a general contractor. A general contractor oversees all the trades and the people who actually do the work. They'll give you an estimate of the repairs, and you need to take that estimate and compare it with other general contractors in your local area to see if you're getting a fair price. A good rule of thumb with contractors is to get references from other people who use contractors. These people may be landlords or homeowners, but personally I get my references from people that I have bird dog for or wholesale to. These people are flipping all the time, so they know who's reliable and who's not. Estimating repairs takes experience. Even investors who flip constantly do not get repair costs 100% correct. There's always something that you missed, something that you couldn't see, something that was hiding during the due diligence period. There's always something. From my experience, even if you get the repair costs remotely close, there's always an additional 20 to 30% on top of what you estimated the repair cost to be. This is the part of real estate, analyzing the condition of the property, that separates the investors who make real money in a deal from the ones who make crumbs in a deal. And listen, I'm not saying that bird doggers and wholesalers don't play a role in deals. We absolutely do, but we do not take on the risk. When you actually buy a property and do all the renovations, you take on all of the risks associated with that. Those risks include repair costs being higher than expected, renovations taking longer than expected, natural disasters, misjudging the neighborhood, or overestimating the resale value. This is why analyzing condition is so important. In the beginning, you'll need help, but doing your own self-educating will help you out tremendously. Develop a passion for learning the business. The more you learn, the faster you close the gap between making a little bit of money and making the most money you can possibly make from a deal. This will be what separates you from everyone else, just like it did for me. So that's part 3, analyzing the condition of a property. In the next video, part 4, we're going to go deeper into this subject, and then we're going to get into how to start making offers on properties and how you should go about doing that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.